Yeah, what's up guys? It is Nigel here, and today I'm back with another fighting game news for a month, and this time we are talking about February of 2025. And I'm gonna be honest with you, there was not a lot of news for February, but it makes sense. It's the beginning of the year. Most fighting game news is probably going to be in the spring period to summer period, and then the cycle that it continues essentially. So nothing really too crazy. So this shouldn't be too long of a video. There's gonna be timestamps if you want to skip to a certain section. With that being said, let's begin with the video. So the first fighting game we're going to be talking about here is Mortal Kombat 1 with the T1000 teaser trailer, and it was an interesting trailer. I'm kind of glad that they're going a little bit with the Glacier Strap, just a little bit, because like he does like the puddle uppercut, that's cool. He does have the Cabal hooks, is really interesting, but I think the more cooler part of the trailer, for being real here, and this might be, no, it's not controversial, but it's just my opinion, but I think other people agree with it, is Madame Bo is a cameo. So it's like, okay, cool, we actually have another cameo, which is the most important part of the game, is the cameo. So that's good, we do have another cameo, so that's pretty neat to see. Am I like super jazzed about the trailer? Not necessarily, because I didn't want the T1000 in the game to begin with. Honestly, I really prefer just another returning character, if I'm being real, but it is what it is. Like, it's not a bad trailer or teaser, I mean, but it does not make me like super jazzed. Like, yeah, he basically stuff good. It's kind of like the Conan trailers, like or teaser, I mean. It's like, yeah, all right, but we'll have to see more, essentially. So can't really say my final thoughts on it, but I think it's okay. I'm more excited about the Madame Bo thing, if anything, for being real here. So yeah, but that's pretty much all the news for MK1. Moving on to the next game. The next game we're going to be talking about here is going to be Tekken 8 with the Anna Williams trailer, and I gotta say, like I've said this before, I think in the past, I'm not a fan of Anna Williams. Does she look cool in the game, like her new design? Yeah, it looks cool. Gameplay similar to Nina, obviously, because you know the sisters, but it's a bit different, and actually she uses her bazooka in like combat, so I'm more worried about the frame data of like how that's gonna work out for that. But you know, I think overall for me, like, this trailer doesn't do anything for me personally, but for the Anna Williams fans, like, okay, cool, I'm glad you got your girl. And they have like a cool Anna and Nina have like a cool little intro thing, so not too bad. Rage art looks very cinematic. Like, she takes you to her domain expansion of getting shot up, essentially, so that's cool. But relatively nothing really too crazy, at least for me. But you know, she's here, she's coming out real soon in April or March, depending. Well, it's pretty much April, because it's like the end of the month, so you know. But nothing really, you know, nothing's, you know, getting my jimmies going. Like, they did, you know, talk about a little bit about season 2 and actually nerfing chip damage, which is pretty nice, but I want to see a bit more what else they're going to do, like when it officially drops. So I'm kind of just waiting on that to see how it affects whatever character, the new moves, if like what they get and all that stuff. I just want to know that specifically, because it's not like they showed Armor King. If they showed Armor King, this talking point of Tekken 8 would be a bit longer for me, but this is like, yeah, it's not bad. It's like, you know, she made it, that's a good thing, people wanted her, that's fine. But that is pretty much it for Tekken 8. Moving on to the next game. The next game we're going to be talking about here is going to be Rivals of Aether 2 with the Olympia trailer. Now, I kind of had a feeling that this character was going to show up in Rivals of 2 because she was one of the cooler characters. Like, she does martial arts and she has like a little gym thing going on, so I can kind of see her coming back. What I would have preferred the dude in the trailer, like the monkey dude, what's his name, Hodon? Absolutely, because he does all the elements, but you know, I think it's cool that she's returning, so I'm not really mad about it. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Now, when it comes to her gameplay, I think her gameplay is actually very unique. I like how she can crystallize you and extend her combos. She seems to be a very close quarters type of character that gets in your face and doesn't really excel, obviously, far away. Like, I think she can do a few far away tools, like the ground slam thing that like has the crystal spikes or whatever, but you really mainly just want to get close to people. Like, that's like no other option. Because especially too, in a sense, you want to knock them out, because if you get off the ledge with that character, it seems like you're gonna be the likely one to die, because of her up B, which I'm pretty sure is like the spinning move that she has. Like it's like a spin out attack thing. That's her up B, so it doesn't look like I have good range. So definitely a character that you want to knock your opponent out as fast as you can, like be in their face, bully them essentially, and then kill them. Because if you're off screen, the likeliness of you recovering is very, very slow. I mean, slim. So you know. But that's how I feel about her overall. I think she's a cool character. I'm more excited what the last character is, because we know of one of the characters, like the next, not the next character, but one of them, because they were a fan character, so they actually made it in the game. So I'm not sure who the last character is that it's just unknown is, but we know like the Ant Lady's coming back, the wrestler. I forget her name, but she's making it in the game. So I'm curious who the other one is, because we don't know who that is yet. But either way, that's pretty much it for Rivals of Aether 2. Moving on to the next game. The next fighting game we're going to be talking about here is going to be Unist 2 with the Ogre trailer. Now, I mentioned this guy like about a year ago that I'm like, man, this guy actually looks potentially the coolest character of all the DLC characters. I mean, style-wise, not like gameplay, because obviously there's no gameplay. But when it comes to the gameplay, he actually is kind of nice and stylish. Like, I don't know what it is about this trailer, but I think he's probably one of the cool-looking characters in the game. He has the style, he has the white hair. Maybe it could be the hat, bro, and how he's just boxing you out, and then he goes in this little demon form, not little demon form, because he's the king of demons or whatever, something like that of the sort. So I think this actually is a nice trailer for him. I think he could potentially be one of the stylish characters that I've seen, and I haven't really seen too much gameplay of this game relatively, but if I just looked in like as a new player, I'm like, this guy's probably the coolest looking character in the game so far, in my opinion. And I think a lot of people would potentially agree with that statement, but yeah, overall, how I feel about the gameplay, very, very cool. I like how he just beats you up, essentially, like, in a very stylish way. I have to say that again, but that is essentially it. Like, I just think he looks cool. I'm not sure if he would make me get the game or anything, but I think if I did play the game, I would use this character, is what I'm saying. So, yeah. But that is pretty much all the news for Unist 2. Moving on to the next game. The next game we're going to be talking about is going to be HunterxHunter Nin Impact, with actually 2 trailers. One trailer is about Kite. The other trailer is going to be like the pre-order trailer, or essentially like, the game release date trailer for the game, essentially. And when it comes to the Kite trailer, how I feel about the gameplay and my thoughts about it overall, he looks pretty cool. I like how he says like the stuff he does say, obviously in the anime, which is like, oh, I got a 2, because he does roll. I'm not sure if the supers all work like that, like if it's different every time. That would be crazy if it was, but I don't think we get to see all the numbers from in the anime, but that'd be kind of crazy if it was. But the fact that it's like, oh, I got a 2, it sucks, that's pretty cool. So that's really neat. And when it comes to like just the pre-order trailer, I do think the presentation actually wasn't too bad for that trailer. Like, do I feel as if it would get a lot of people to play it? I think it would, only because of a few things. One, there is a single player mode, so you don't have to do 3v3. The other one is that it does have rollback. I think those are the 2 biggest things. So say for instance someone didn't want to do the 3v3 thing, they don't have to. So that's kind of like a cool option to go for. So I'm wondering if you could do 2v2 actually. That'd be kind of interesting too. Or is it just going to be single? But it's for, I guess for now, since they stated essentially the modes, it's probably just going to be single. So yeah. And when it comes down to also, because they did show the season pass as well, the first character, you would think they would be base roster. Like in my opinion, I thought because I feel as if some of the characters they added, like Razor, like Razor's playable, but you're telling me Pito is not playable. I just find that really interesting. Like, I think that's an interesting decision from the devs to not add Pito, but I guess it's like, if it isn't going to be a DLC character that you would want to buy, I guess it would be Pito. So that makes sense, but at the same time, it's like, I feel as if they should have been base roster. That's me personally, though. Me personally. But overall, I think everything else for the game looks pretty nice. There's even pre-order bonuses too, and it seems like they're trying to make this game last a little bit. So I definitely appreciate it. It's definitely going to last until 2026 at least. If, say for instance, the game doesn't sell well, at least it's 2026. So it has a good lifespan to actually grow an audience. So we'll see how it goes for this series, but who knows. But that's pretty much essentially it for HunterxHunter Nin Impact. Moving on to the next game. The next game and potential last game we're going to be talking about here is going to be Multiversus, with the Aquaman gameplay and the Lola Bunny gameplay. Now when it comes to the 2 gameplay that they've shown, I think Aquaman actually looks a bit cooler because he summons fishes and stuff like that. Like, he can summon a shark, and I think he can use it while he's still moving, I think. So that's pretty cool, and he actually summons other fish too, so looks really neat. Lola kind of, she it's pretty much the Space Jam version of her, so she has the basketball and everything like that, and she even has like a thing to attract people, which is a kiss, so that's pretty cool too there. But that's kind of like essentially it relatively. Like, when it comes to the gameplay, I don't play Multiverse, so I can't really say too much, but from outside perspective, I think Aquaman actually looks cooler personally. But going back to just like the characters in general, not just gameplay, just characters, it's weird that they chose these 2 characters. I feel as if Aquaman, him being in the game is fine, but it's like, if they would have chose someone else, I think people would be more excited, but they didn't do that. I think that was like an interesting decision. But yeah, they could have added somebody else, like, I don't know, Pennywise or something. And I think he was actually supposed to be in the game or something like that, but you know what happened. But it is what it is, and yeah, I think both their gameplay, I think Aquaman's gameplay is probably just like the best one. Lola's is alright. Like, I don't think these 2 characters are going to make people get on the game or anything, but if it came down to 2 of them, which one is cooler, I think it's Aquaman for sure. And I guess some other tidbit of news that also happened in February is that there was a open beta for Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. It was okay. I'll say that, like, it was okay. The only reason I say it's okay, not the gameplay was fine. I just didn't understand it because there was no training room necessarily, or not necessarily, but there wasn't a training room. But the main problem was that to get find a match, it took like 80 days. Like, that's what made me not want to play the game. It's like, dude, this is gonna make me feel differently about the game, and I think I'm going to like the game because when I got in the game playing it, I'm like, okay, I'm losing, but I'm actually having fun. So I don't want to necessarily be negative about it because I feel as most people feel like, man, matchmaking is trash. But when I get in this game, boy, it feels good. So like that's I feel as how most people feel about the beta overall. So yeah. But that's essentially it for fighting game news. Now, if I did miss anything down below, please comment, because you know, sometimes I miss like a snippet, like, or something like that, because it can happen every once in a game. Because I forgot about Multiversus like numerous times because I thought the game was over, honestly. But you know, so if I do miss anything, let me know down below and let me know your thoughts about the games that have just been shown in February. And with that being said, I hope you guys have a great day, a great night, a great noon, or whatever time zone you guys live at, man. And I will see you guys in the next video.